All right, quickly before we start, only 6% of you guys are subscribed, which is quite a bit. 94% not subscribed is quite a lot. So if you guys could remember to subscribe, it would help me a ton. You can always unsubscribe if you don't like it, but subscribing does really help me. But yeah, that's basically going to be it. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to be going over some general tips and just how to accumulate more money in Tarkov and how to better save and spend that. Now, if you're upset or you're looking to click off this video because I'm not giving you a money run that's like step by step and showing you exactly where to go, that is probably why you're not making money in Tarkov. Now, money runs are great, and I have quite a few on the channel, which you're welcome to check out, but they're not everything. Having like a mindset and knowing how to correctly use that money after the money run is in my opinion much more important. You can't just do money runs forever. It's all about like how you spend the money, because if money runs were that easy, everybody would be rich in Tarkov. But yeah, with that being said, most of these tips in this video are going to be from anyone from like 1 ruble all the way to around 10 million rubles, because after that the game becomes like a lot more free and you're able to do more stuff. But anyone in the 1 to 10 million ruble range should benefit much more from this video, because I know like starting out from there can be quite difficult. But I'm gonna be giving some tips about like how I and like most people got from like even just 1 ruble all the way to where I'm at, which is 76 million, 74 million. I apologize, but the 1 to 10 million ruble range is really the hardest part, and hopefully these tips can help you get out of there. All right, so the first tip is going to be buying in bulk and saving money by buying weapons or ammo or any gear that you need at the correct time. So I have the KS-23M here, which is a shotgun I used to use, so I have quite a few stored up. But basically, if we look at it, right, we can see that Prapor sells it for 45,000. Now, you can only buy 2 of those. So once I buy the second one, it's out of stock and I can't buy it again until Prapor resets. Now, most people would instead turn, like if they're really looking to use this, and this shotgun is just an example, there's a ton of stuff that's similar to this. If they're really looking to use a certain type of gear, they'll go to the flea market and buy it for what is double to triple the price. That is in no way worth it. There's no need to pay, double to triple the price of what Prapor is selling it for just to get the shotgun off the flea market. Instead, what you can do is let's say you're on and you're not using it, or let's say you're doing something else, boot up Tarkov, go into Prapor's thing, buy it, and close it out. Now, if you come down here to my storage, my thick case, I have quite a few in here, because like I don't use these anymore, because I just don't use runs that I think it's worth it on. But when I did, I would always have at least like 10 of these sitting in my thick container, so I could just grab them and take them out whenever I was playing. And then when I wasn't playing, I would just go in there and buy them and toss them in the thick case. So each time I did that, I saved like 100K, to almost like 100K to 150K, depending on how much they were going for. I saved that, and not having to purchase them from the flea market, and I got to use them whenever I needed, because I had somebody stocked up. So basically, stuff like that is what you need to be looking for. If you know something sells out or anything, don't go to the flea market. Spend your money wisely on things like this. But yeah, that's basically going to be the first tip. Okay, so the second tip is going to be, don't buy as many things. So basically, I know that probably sounds obvious to you, but the amount of people I see that have like 1 million, even $2 million, and they're trying to run like a slick body armor. Don't do that. It's not worth it in any capacity. A slick armor is not gonna, like, for whatever it is, like 500K, I think 480 or something. Yeah, so around 500K for a slick. If you have 2 million, that's like 25% of your entire savings. That's not worth on a slick. Instead, go simple gear, get in and get out with money. Once you start having a lot of cash, once you have like 10 million or whatever, then spend it on whatever. But if you're new, you don't need to get the best gun. You don't need to have like a kitted M4. You don't need to have a Blackrock and bring a Grizzly into raid every single time. It's like it's not necessary. Buy the bare minimum. Just do loot runs like the ones I have featured on my channel. They're all great. Do the loot runs, get in and get out, and then accumulate money over time, and then you can start bringing in gear. When you don't have money, it's not as fun. You don't get to bring slick, you don't get to bring hacks as much. But the way you get out of that is by saving your money. Don't spend it on unnecessary purchases. The whole point is you want to save money to accumulate it, and then you buy it. like that's what I did for a lot of it. I was spending money on I wouldn't spend it on anything. I would bring, like just like an AK or something. And now I have $74 million and I can bring whatever I want and basically never run out. So it's all about like saving money and just being smart with what you're taking into raid. Okay, so the third tip, which is the tip that's probably gonna like if you deploy if you know how to do it, it can double or triple how much you get for items. So basically, what this is knowing when to sell items on the flea market. So a lot of you, including myself, like mostly just like go into raid, a scav raid, a PMC raid, get your items, bring them out of raid, and just toss them on the flea market. The minute you get them, you just like go to the flea market and you sell them for whatever the top price is. Now that's fine. That's gonna accumulate you money over time. But instead, if you can figure out what times of the day are best to sell. So usually at night, there's less people on, which means there's less supply of certain items. That is when items are usually selling for more. So then you could sell it for that. Go to bed and you wake up and then you have your money, so you don't really have to wait. But at certain points, especially like at certain items at night, especially can go for double, triple, even quadruple what they normally go for. So like imagine if you're selling a total of like a million rubles worth of stuff a day, you sell that all those at specific times and figure them out. You're getting 2 million, 3 million for some things, right? So it's all about which time you sell it at. Now, I don't like I obviously can't go through every single item, so you kind of got to figure it out. Like you can test like which items do you commonly see? Do you commonly pick up, I don't know, like cigarettes? You can see that's not really a good example because they don't go for that much. But let's just say cigarettes. You can go look on the flea market in the morning, the afternoon, and night, and you can just kind of figure out which time they sell for the most, and then start selling all your stuff. Now, when you get out of raid, you're probably like, where do I put all my stuff? Lucky Scav junk box. So I have a lot of like junk in here that I'm just saving, but just toss it into here. This is like I believe it's 196 slots. Yep, 196 slots of loot, basically that you can get from your loot runs. Now along with that, there's eye cases, right? You can meant to open that. Stick all your stuff in here, right? There's a lot of options where you can hold your loot, and then at night, like right before you go to bed or something, if you know that's when prices are going to be much higher, just take all this out, sell it on the flea market, right? Tetris obviously isn't an example, but that is what you can do. Just take it all out, sell it on the flea market. You'll make a lot of money, and it can double to even triple your money. And I like that's not really over exaggerating. In some items, they shoot up at off points in the game. Okay, and the last tip, which is probably the most important tip, is go play the game. You're watching videos right now. You may be playing, but you're trying to figure out how to make money or trying to find a loot run. Instead, go play the game. Go on customs. Maybe go watch like a video I've created about loot runs or somebody else's loot run, and then just go play. Don't look for new loot runs every single time. Keep doing it over and over, and then you'll start to make money. I think in the one video I made about how I made the 70 million in 24 hours, all of that was on interchange. I looked at one interchange video. Well, like there's a bunch out there, but like just one main loot run where you go into the three stores and you get out. You're welcome to follow that, but you just get into the stores and get out. And I did that for quite a few runs, and then I got 70 million rubles out of it. I wasn't going there a few times, then going here a few times, then going there a few. Like it's just if you can stay consistent, it's gonna pay off. And by doing that, you just gotta go play the game. Go play the game and figure out what works for you as a player and what doesn't work for you, and you'll kind of find your niche and how exactly like making money is best for you. So yeah, that's basically gonna be it. Just a few tips on like how to have like a better mindset of saving your money. But if this video helped you, a like is definitely appreciated, and if you haven't already, I also appreciate a sub. But yeah, that's basically gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching.